Hello and welcome back. Today we are continuing with our Fanhome Mighty Morphin Power Rangers Megazord build. We're going to be continuing with part 4, where we will be starting the saber-tooth tiger head, and we will also do part 5, which will be continuing the head. So without further ado, let's get this opened up and assembly started. So I've just realised that the camera wasn't recording as I assembled this, which is very, very annoying. So I have thankfully previously done a video on the Megazord head, and that is part of the Power Ranger playlist, so you can check that out for this. This was issues 4, or parts 4 and 5. So what we did was, for part 4, we screwed it in the light and connected this back panel. For part 5 we connected the circuit board with the power button. The power button wants to go with the power strip facing towards the mouth, and then we connected the wire. We also placed the battery inside the housing and screwed that into place. So with the housing cover, you want the thicker screw port on the outside and the thinner one with the rectangular hole for the wire on the back. We also have the left side of the saber-tooth tiger head for part which came with part 5 and will be continued in part 6. So yeah, it's slowly coming along again. The only other thing I wanted to cover in this video is the Megazord head. So I charged this yesterday. It probably took less than half an hour to fully charge. Whether that's because there was already part of charge in the battery or not, I don't know. But what happens is, once it's charged, you can press the button and that will switch the power on, and then using the remote you get the choice of either the top 3 buttons, which will control, when it's connected, all of the Zords, or you do the second row, which is 7. Why is that not working? There we go. So the power on, you can see the lights glowing now. If I press 7, the lights are on. If I press 8, the lights start blinking, and if I press 9, the lights turn off. You do need this lined up with the LED receiver inside the head. And as I said, 1, 2 and 3 will control all of the Zords when it's connected. So that appears to be all the lights do. They either stay on as a solid light, flash, or turn off. I assume the flashing is sort of reminiscent of when the Zords are all connecting together. I'm not too sure. Turning it off with the remote doesn't actually turn it off. You need to press the power button at the back. So I'm just going to turn it on so you can see. That will properly turn off, turn it off rather than sort of putting it in a rest mode, which will help preserve the battery. That's the lights. The lights are okay. They're nothing fanciful, I guess. Maybe it'll look a little more impressive once all of the Zords are combined and everything else. I'm not too sure, but we'll see. It's a little disappointing that for the price point we're maybe not getting a sound chip or something inside to give us some FX when we're in Zord mode or something like that. That would have been a nice touch, you know, even if it was just, you know, battle mode and Megazord combined, just a couple of simple phrases. I wonder if, 1, it would have added to the cost, and 2, if there were licensing issues and getting actual sound effects. I don't know, but it is what it is. So yeah, there is issues 4 and 5 completed. And then finally, we have our This Week in Power Rangers. So, episode 5 was Different Drum, Controlled by the Music. This one had the Gnarly Gnome and revolved around one of Kimberly's students being kidnapped. So you can see we get the episode summary, our pictures, and one interesting fact for this episode. For the first time, there is an opportunity to see the Bronson Caves, this place where the evil gnarly gnome leads the abducted girls would later be used again in various episodes. For example, in the double episode of the second season entitled Green No More. So there we have it. Thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video. I'll be back soon. Until then, may the power protect you.